The emerald ash borer is responsible for the destruction of tens of millions of ash trees in 30 states, Tennessee being one of them. The insect was first detected in the U.S. in 2002 and in Tennessee, 2010. Murfreesboro's urban forestry crew has been working to replace compromised ash trees on city property.
So we've been dealing with this for a few years now and kind of been trying to plan ahead on how we're going to deal with it, whether we're going to treat them or remove them and replace with different species. Long term, that's kind of the route we're taking. We're not removing all of them. We're removing the ones that were only had about 50% canopy last year. By next year, they all should be removed and we should have other trees planted in here. Sometimes it's hard to catch because they start in the top of the canopy, and that's where you'll see like the exit holes. And so by the time you see them at eye level, it's way too late. So you really got to be on the lookout. But we've known it was here for a while, as they become real brittle and dangerous to work on. It's kind of scary to being out there in a windstorm or just on a windy day because they are brittle and they'll just snap off about 15 or 20 feet up the trunk.
The city applied for a Tennessee Department of Agriculture Forestry Division grant. This was a 50-50 grant, and the city was able to purchase trees to replace the ash trees.
With that grant, we were able to purchase roughly 130 ball and burlap trees, so right around the 2-inch caliper. Probably about 7 or 8 different species through that. We were able to start planting in November, so we were able to plant a little bit before it got too cold, kind of like that ground temperature to be a little warmer than what it has been, in the months of December and January. So kind of stimulate that root growth before the hard summer.
On this day, they were at the General Bragg trailhead off West College Street, removing 8 ash trees and replacing them with native black gums and native bur oaks.
Not just here, but there's one other Greenway trailhead on Thompson Lane that's in a similar situation like this. We're not going exactly where, but we're just making it pretty where you don't see stumps everywhere. That's why we're grinding the old stumps. But like the oaks, we're going to try to kind of stay somewhat away from the parking spots, so we don't want those big acorns falling on the cars. But we're kind of keeping the same number. We're just doing 2 per island, kind of how it was set up in the past, give them room to grow and mature, make sure that we still have some canopy and some shade around this parking lot.
Carson and his crew will be busy in the coming months planting the 130 trees at various public sites around the city. If you see them, tell them thanks for helping keep citizens safe and increasing the city's tree canopy.